for joining me again. My name is Carlos. Today we'll be presenting a leg session, going over the ins and outs of constructing a hypertrophy routine and just trying to build up those muscles, get stronger, and do your workouts in a manner that is ever more professional, really executing and just getting better at what you're doing. So, been going to the gym for a long time, have you? Making progress, or has your progress stalled? If your progress has stalled, you must probably need to change your exercise selection. There's so many tools in this toolbox that there really is no reason to stall or hit plateaus. Yes, you will hit plateaus on specific lifts. If you're working on your squat, your free weight squat, and you reach a limit, you've peaked, you've even regressed a little bit, and now you've been there for a better part of a year now, like you're just not getting stronger. I mean, you hit 4.5 plates, maybe 5 plates, but to go higher than that is just, it seems to be that you're stuck at that level now. You're not going to increase your lifts for the foreseeable future. So what do? Well, you continue to hit your head against the wall. Don't you? I mean, that's what you should do. Just persevere in the thing that's not working. Of course not. You have to change your angle of attack. So you change exercise selections. You start working on different machines, on different exercises, and start building those up. Leave the free bar alone for a little while. When you go back to it, you'll probably find that you've lost a little bit of strength, but in a few weeks or a few short, months, you'll probably build up to where you were before and be able to go above and beyond where you were. It's part of it is psychological, part of it is motor adaptation, but most of it is just, you burn out, you reach limits and you reach walls, so you change exercise selections. So getting into today's exercises, building on the vertical leg press. This vertical leg press has been much maligned. I have maligned it myself, in the sense that, first of all, it's not a loyal weight. It's not a completely vertical 100. You have to do a calculus. If you have 500 pounds on that leg press, it's not really 500 pounds. You have to minus the angle and the mitigation of that equation. Nonetheless, the vertical leg, angled leg press is a highly useful tool. So how do you get the most out of it? By doing full range of motion. This is probably the biggest mistake in leg training that people commit. And I wouldn't call it ego, because ego has been much maligned. You need your ego. Ego is what makes you succeed in life. Ego is what drives you forward, gives you your self-worth, dignity, to not do stupid things and not to demean yourself. That's your ego. If you don't have an ego, you're just in my opinion, a mindless fool. So let's not get ego into it. Let's just call it mistakes. You're making a mistake. It's an error to not do full range of motion. When doing these machines, these exercises, you want to do as deep a knee bend as possible, and hip flexion also. Why? Because that engages more of your quadriceps muscles, and all muscles in general need to work harder in a longer range of motion. There is a time and a place to do small partial reps, usually at the end of a set, but not from the beginning. So, full range of motion on the leg press. It's a safe machine to do this on. You can bail on it. It's not that dangerous compared to doing full range of motion and doing a pause with 400 or 500 pounds on a squat. So take full advantage of that. You do full range of motion, pause at the bottom, explode to the top, and maintain a constant tension on the quads the whole time. Now, this is probably guaranteed. This will guarantee, muscle growth if you stay at it and increase the weights. So you do want to overload with as much weight as possible, but that doesn't mean putting on 10 plates on each side and doing these partial reps. Again, that doesn't work. Use a weight that you can handle, bring it all the way down without raising your lower back, because you can hurt your groin, and work from that angle. And do this on every machine that you're going to be working on. On the hack squat, same thing. I see so many people do these partial reps. It's like, what is the purpose? You know, it's like, why? Why are you wasting so much time at the gym? You go in there to waste time. My God, time is precious. I certainly wouldn't want to waste one workout in my life. And to go and just do half-ass, partial, you know, mini squats, go down a quarter of a way, and why? Well, because you make believe that you're strong because you can handle 2 plates if you only go down halfway. But if you go all the way down, that's really difficult, and you can't handle the weight, and so you have to lower the weight, and of course, that makes you feel, it affects your self-esteem, and so you would rather lie to yourself than face the truth, that you need to work on proper form and build your strength from the bottom up, not from the top down. So that's probably the basic message of this leg tutorial, is build your strength from the bottom up. Now, in so doing, I find that certain accessory exercises are very, very useful to prime yourself for these heavyweight machine moves, including the Smith squat, which would be the walking lunge. Walking lunges are probably, in my opinion, one of the most beneficial exercises there are. It's like the best exercise for balance, for coordination, for leg hypertrophy, for glute activation, hip flexion. It's got everything. You don't need to use weights. You can do body weight lunges. Practice those. Once you get good, you build up to 10-pound dumbbells, 13, 15, 20 pounds. If I really want to nail my glutes and my quads, I use 25 to 40 pounds. When I use 40-pound dumbbells on each side and do 20 strides that way, 20 strides this way, do 3 sets, I am guaranteed to be sore, to have sore glutes the next day. It really works. But anyways, priming the muscle for the heavy workout. So walking lunges, the Bulgarian split. These isolation, one leg at a time exercises cannot be overstated in their effectiveness for building muscle, for priming the muscle, for engaging a proper exercise selection for the big hitters that are going to come into the session later on. So that's how I started this session. Walking lunges, Bulgarian splits, and then we go into our leg press. Now, building the leg press up, I'm still at a modest weight with 7 total plates on each side. But like I said, really going deep. Going as deep as possible, pausing at the bottom, trying to make the lift as blameless as possible. Just make it perfect. If you can do it, do it. Make it perfect. From there, go into a heavy hitter, which would be a squat. Now, I'm not doing free bar squats for the time being. They did hurt my knees last year. I got up to significant weight. I was doing 3-second pauses on the bottom with 3.5 plates. I was doing, the 4 to 6 reps with 4 plates and getting very good at the squat, but over time, my knees were really hurting, so I had to give it up. Switched it over to the Smith squat. Now, on the Smith squat, it's basically the same movement, except you're locked into place. You don't really have to struggle in maintaining your back straight as much. You still have to concentrate and stay upright as much as possible, even though that you are being helped by the rails. But anyways, the squat. The Smith squat is a heavy hitter, and it is the exercise of choice for many IFBB pros that want to get huge quads. They train on the Smith over the free bar. Why? Because it targets the quads much better. It has a better fatigue to stimulus ratio. In other words, you can work harder and recuperate faster and get better benefits than doing these massive stimulus exercises like the free bar squat, which, although it is very effective, it is probably best left for off-season bulk training. So, after that, after these 2 heavy hitters. One is a leg press, and then we go to the even more strenuous squat. We take an interlude and do supersets on isolation. Many people do these isolation exercises up front. Fine, warm up the knees, warm up the joints. You can do that. I do that sometimes also. But in this particular case, consider the different scenarios. I use this as an interlude in the middle of a very strenuous compound session. So do 2 or 3 supersets of leg extensions and leg curls. From there, we finish off with the isolateral leg press. Now, I know that this machine is rare. It's not in many gyms. If you have it, take advantage of it. I have found on this isolateral leg press, which means you can put both legs up, but it's divided, and you just bring one leg down at a time. The platform, you can bring down one leg at a time. I find that I can get a deeper range of motion without lifting my hip from the pad. In other words, my hip crease is my knee. I can bring my knee all the way down to my face, almost like behind my ears. Complete hip activation, complete glute adductor, leg biceps, and quad activation. And it's just an amazing piece of machinery. So the last few weeks I've been building up on it. Started out with 5 plates on each side, finishing on my first session, 5 plates on each side for 10 reps. And I was surprised about, first of all, how smooth it went. It's heavy. Of course, 5 plates on one leg is heavy weight, but it was manageable. So on the next session, I went up to 6 plates, and then I topped it out at 7 plates for 5 reps. And it's like, how high can I go? I'm going to try to go up to 8 or 9 plates on one leg. But anyways, if I can do it, I'll do it. But here, the saving grace of this particular machine is the ability to do the full ROM. Do the full ROM. Go the extreme knee flexion. Like you'll see on the video, I leave the narrated video here at the end. It's a very exaggerated range of motion, but let me tell you, 3 days later, after that session, my quads were still pumped, tight, hard, like, you know, I'm walking around like, not incapacitated because it doesn't have that super high fatigue to stimulus ratio. It was just like, it set me forward. It's one of those workouts where you say, I gained muscle from that one session. I don't know how that works, but it is possible. Now, obviously, oh yeah, I got 5 more pounds on my quads just from one lifting session. No. It triggered a stimulus and a response that triggered growth and a change just from this one session. Of course, it wasn't one session. I've been doing these sessions for years. It just happened to be that this one session kind of like put it over the top. This is why consistency is so important. If you're consistent, it's like, oh yeah, he's he woke up rich one day. You know, he'd been working for 20 years and all of a sudden he made it big. You know, well, he started the process so many years ago to build on that, and then one day he found success. It's like he's an overnight success that took 30 years in the making. You understand how that works? It's the same thing with the physique. And this is a testimony I've heard from many guys. You know, you just keep at it, no gains. It doesn't seem like you're making any progress, but you're like, you know, you're eating your food, you're lifting your heavy weights, you're not gaining a single ounce of muscle. And then one day, you know, like in a span of a few weeks, you know, you gained all of a sudden 4, 6, 8 pounds. Some special meals, you ate out, you know, something happened out of the routine, and all of a sudden you gave the proper stimulus to the body and it grew, but it wouldn't have done that had you not been pounding away for, you know, 5, 6 months before, you know, just laying the groundwork for that. So the whole thing builds on, you know, everything that's done previous. Anyways, back to these particular exercise selections. So starting out with the balance isolation moves to warm up, to get your feel, and doing one leg at a time with the walking lunges is very, very activating for your CNS and for your legs. You engage your legs in a different manner when you have to focus one leg at a time. So when you get to the leg press, it's a lot easier. Excuse me. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. I wish I had more to say. I wish I had better inspiration today, but needed to present this leg workout. For me, it was epic, and I just can't wait to go and do it again and get even better results. This is the line of progression. When you're progressing, you're making gains every single week. Increased 1 rep on those 7 plates. I got 8 plates over here. I did better form, and it's like everything's just getting better. You don't want to stop. This is like one of the most addictive activities known to mankind when you are making progress. But it's a good addiction because you're making progress. I mean, getting stronger, feeling healthier. I'm just feeling better overall. I feel exhilarated 99% of the time. I want to scream. I'm so happy most of the time. It's like, oh, man, I wish everybody knew how good this is. This is unbelievable. I feel like I found some secret. It's like nobody knows about it. But of course, it's common knowledge. I don't know why this is hitting me in such a favorable manner. I mean, I do. I'm very grateful. I have the spirit in me is in tune with this exhilarating response, for sure. I mean, you can be a downer in anything that's good, I guess, but that's not what I want to be. Anyways, I'll leave you with the video. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. So today, leg day. Our best leg sessions generally start out slowly with these accessory movements, which I don't really like to do, but I feel that they are probably the most beneficial. This long stride walking lunge really does it for my glutes. It's an excellent primer to the entire session, and it just seems to go much better when trying to hit PRs and heavy weights. To be a little bit impatient, but take your time doing these other movements. So I take my time. Here, just doing 1 set of long stride walking lunges, and these are probably one of the most beneficial exercises there is for the glutes. It's also a good leg builder. I get a nice pump on my legs just from this 1 set. If I really want to hit them, I nail them with about 4 straight sets and 25 to 40 pound dumbbells in each hand. Today was just a warm-up. So here we go to the in-place walking lunge, or the long stride lunge, with a little bit of elevation. And here also the challenge is to maintain the balance, maintain a proper coordinated move, and really focus on the mind-muscle connection on the glute. It is very important to build out the glutes when you're building out your legs. You don't want to have a flat ass, and a thick waist. This really just is a horrible physique. And so the idea is to build out your legs, flare out your quads, build up the glutes, and bring in the midsection to the best of one's ability. And of course, some people are genetically blessed with that type of shape. Others, we really have to work very hard for it on our diets and these specific exercises. I'm just really dying, ready to go for my leg presses and squats and everything, but just taking my time here. And it seems that the more time and diligence and patience that I apply to these preliminary warm-up moves, the better the entire session goes. Now, I did do 10 minutes on the bicycle to get the knee flexion happening. These Bulgarian splits, these are very comfortable for me. They feel ergonomically and biomechanically almost perfect. I should have gone up a little bit higher in dumbbells, but I can always do that on my next session. And here, just getting into a real groove on the muscle. In fact, I managed to get into the pain zone with my upper ham tie-in, the femoral biceps, and the glute tie-in. I really got in a good burn and pump and stayed in that zone for a considerable amount of time, probably for half the set on each side. So it was it was very, very beneficial. Can't wait to do this again. Now, the next time I do it, I definitely will be incorporating heavier weight. I was doing this on the Smith machine with 2 plates on each side. But again, I don't really think it's all about the absolute weight, at least for these accessory movements. There's a time and a place. It's just really getting the technique, going all the way down, making sure the glute is fully flexed, the hip is fully flexed, and you do get that complete hip flexion and pump. So after this particular exercise, these lunges, we went to the leg press, 45-degree angled leg press. In the past, I've been using the 100% vertical leg press, and I pretty much topped out at 6 plates vertical. And I will continue to do that exercise, but decided to switch over to the angles for a period of time. And here we just start off with 2 plates. The idea here, the theory, is complete knee flexion. Bring the leg down in the longest possible movement you can without lifting your lower back. And I do have considerable flexibility, and so I do take advantage of that and try to do the intensifiers, bring it down slowly. I don't do really slow reps on every rep, as you can obviously see there, but I do take my time, and I am trying to get a complete connection with the muscles, bringing down the weight as far as possible. Here we're up to 6 plates, and just bringing up the pyramid. Today the goal was to hit 7 plates. I can go higher, but we're taking it methodically. Still haven't hit a PR, and here we go for the 7 top set. And just really feeling good on this exercise. This machine is so smooth. It's just like one of the best leg press machines I have ever used. It's not that it makes the weight feel light. It's a smooth exercise, and it permits a greater pump, a greater burn. Everything is just superior piece of equipment. And so obviously I take advantage of it, and I try to bring my legs, my knees all the way down. Complete knee flexion. There we go. Another rep. There we go. Got 12 reps with that. Here we go to the Smith machine, doing a very limited amount of volume on the Smith. I will be building this back up, hopefully in the next few months, where I stop my diet, I stop my deficit. I'll be on a very slight increase, very slight surplus, and so I will be working on the Smith machine, hopefully bringing it back up to 4 plates. But in the meantime, I'm doing very limited volume here. This did give me knee issues in the past. I have completely healed of all knee pain or any type of fatigue whatsoever, nothing, and I want to remain that way. And so I do a little very limited volume here. Here we go for our top set with 3 plates, and feeling very smooth, although I feel that the foot placement was a little bit too forward for my liking. It does engage the quads to a greater degree, but it didn't feel all that natural, so I stopped at 4 reps. And here we go to a leg extension, which I was doing supersetting with the leg curls. A very smooth machine also. These are all new machines at this gym. And it's not really just the machine, obviously. You have to put in the effort, but it does help when the machines are nice and new, smooth, very well, the biometrics and everything just perfect for my body type. So here we're getting in some extra volume on the quads, really trying to focus on the contraction, not going crazy on every single rep. It's not like I'm that obsessed that make every single rep count and blah, blah, blah. Just sometimes you just go through the motions as long as you are putting in the effort and the work. These for me are like transition exercises. I am serious about these accessory exercises, but it's not like the main feature of the workout. So it's like an interlude between the heavy, hard exercises and the most heavy, hardest exercises at the end. So it just gives me a transition. Easier to mentally get through the workout. It was an extensive workout, and so this is a great interlude here. We did, I think, 2 sets on each piece of machinery. So I did 2 sets on the extension, 2 sets on the leg curl. Here I think we brought up the pins up to 140, 150 pounds. I have topped them out at 240 pounds when I am focused and very serious about my leg extensions. Of course, I'm very single-minded about everything I do, and I will bring them up to a considerable amount of weight and reps, not just doing like singles or anything. I'll do like 15, 20 reps with the full stack, but that wasn't the idea today. I wanted to save a little bit of quad for my next exercise and the final exercise, which was very exciting. Was it the final exercise? Yeah, I think so. So here we're doing the last set of the leg curl. This particular machine did not feel that great. It wasn't like the perfect one. I'll be using the 100% horizontal, the one that you lie face down next time, supersetting with the leg extension. And here we go for our main exercise, which is the isolateral leg press. I've never used this machine before. I used it in my last session, but I've never seen it before in my life. And to be honest, it's probably the best leg exercise I have ever used, besides just doing, really, really good squats on the Smith. As far as stretch and load, full range of motion, this just can't be beat. The isolateral permits greater range of motion than doing them in tandem. I believe it's safer on the groin, which has given me issues in the past when going very heavy with the leg press. If the lower back is elevated a little bit with the heavy weight, you can put groin stress. That's not the case with the isolateral. Here it's just, you're really in place. And as you can see, I'm bringing it down as far as I can. I can't really bend my knee anymore, right? So like my calf is touching my leg biceps, the hamstring, and so it is practically impossible. I could probably bring it down lower if I raised my hip and bring it all the way down to my chest, but that's not really called for. Look, that's good enough. I mean, it's just all the way down. So here we're going up to, I believe it's 3 plates, different size plates, so it's not really easy to see how much you have on there. But at this juncture, we have 3 plates. Yes, sir. 3 plates on each side. So it's still a very manageable weight. And for some reason, I just feel really, really strong on this machine. It just might be the excitement of a new piece of machinery, knowing full well the benefits, the hypertrophy, and the gains that I will be making on it. So I just feel like psychologically I'm letting loose on this machine. I haven't really felt a limit on it, and just feeling very strong. So here, it does take time to do one side at a time and get all your work done. But believe me, it is worth the time and the effort. This machine, as you can see, I mean, what else would you want? Full knee flexion, full hip engagement. You get the adductors in there. You get your quad. My quad was on fire the next day. Up from the knee all the way to the hip. I felt those fibers tight. I felt them hard. The veins were more pronounced than normal. It was like, man, this exercise. So now here we go up to 5 plates. We got 2 smaller ones on the inside, although they weigh the same, and 3 larger ones on the outside. So we got 5 plates on here, which was my max last week. Last week I got 10 reps with the 5 plates, and here I got 10 reps also with my right leg. And but here I decided I could do more. So on my left leg, I did 15 reps, and I think I could have continued. Once I really get into this machine and I reach the upper limit of my absolute weight, I will start playing around with intensifiers and staying in the pain zone and just doing very high reps with higher weights and just really, really playing around with this thing. But for the time being, now, it may seem easy, and in the moment it felt doable, but it's still a lot of effort. I mean, 5 plates, guys, with 1 leg, it's like doing 10 plates with 2 legs, right? Or it would seem to be the case. I mean, you're lifting with 1 leg at a time. So if you distribute the load, I don't know how that works. Anyways, it feels like it's a decent amount of weight. So here we go up to 6 plates. 3, 4, I don't remember how many reps I did. I think I did 10 reps also. 5, yeah. Let's see, just don't stop. Just continue going. I mean, you know, once you're in it, you're in the moment, the thing is working, don't stop. Milk it for all it's worth. Take it for a ride, and that's exactly what I did. I couldn't believe it here. I mean, 6 plates for 10 reps. I was on top of the world at this moment. I said, I can't believe this. 6 plates with one leg. I mean, gee, come on. That's pretty impressive. I was impressed with what I was doing there. I was a bit scared too. I said, this is pretty hardcore, man. You know, but still I didn't tap out. I said, I'm gonna put on some more weight. See how heavy I can take this thing. Now I have to be very careful. I did tear an adductor last year in the summer, going down with 6 plates actually, 7 plates on the normal leg press, the 45-degree angle leg press. I got a little twinge in my inner thigh, and it turned black and blue over the next few days, and it was torn. It was very sore for about a month and a half. So I know what tearing an adductor is, and try to go to the toilet with a torn adductor, it'll make itself known. Here we go up to 7 plates. And here I'm very nervous. I'm just scared shitless, and I said, okay, let's just go for it. 2 reps, and I said, how many reps can I get? Make sure they're clean reps. Make sure you're going all the way down. Make them count. And that's what I did. Full knee flexion, bringing it all the way down with 7 plates, man. 4 reps, pause at the bottom, try to bring it up as fast as possible. And here was my left leg. This was the final set, the coup de grace. And I was just feeling so strong. Anyways, guys and girls, this is it. That was the end of an epic session. Can't wait to do it again. Pile on some more weight, more reps. Thank you for joining me in this journey to see how strong we can get as we go into our 60s. An old man here trying to lift. I'm not old, but you know, we're getting there. God bless everybody. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe.